finale of Tonight with Zororo. Remember to share your thoughts with us and your views of the season on social media, and remember to include the hashtag TWZ. Your hosts for this season included the awesome Zororo Makamba, and of course your resident DJ, SK. We had the pleasure of interviewing some awesome guests, including religious leaders. We also had a comedian. We even interviewed news personalities. And of course, we also interviewed musicians.
So I want this program, and I know this program is going to be of good quality. It's going to be something that represents Zimbabwe. It's going to be something that represents the region, and I think a lot of people have been crying for that and yearning for that. Just from a content-wise, when we look at the quality of the sound, of the production, of the picture, and you know, we've been working on this for over a year now, and it's something that people want to do. We want to support our own. We want to support content creators. There's been a lot of hesitancy and doubt, but I believe that this show is going to be the first of many that's going to slowly install confidence again in our market, and I'm confident that the show is going to achieve those things.
I think in deciding to work on the show, one deciding factor was Zororo, definitely, because he, we had just come off the back of filming Kushaya Zororo, which was his short documentary online project, and just seeing the response from that, and you know, given his brand as a radio personality, it was sort of like a natural deviation to consider a talk show in the greater scheme of things. So, and just his, you know, having worked with him before, made him a viable candidate because he's easy to deal with. He's not too difficult on set. He's malleable, and I think he's talented. He makes for a great interviewer. He makes for a great host. So those aspects made the talk show very attractive, I think.
It was my first time on a set like TWZ. We had to wake up very early for preparation. It took a lot of man hours to just get the set going. And working with different people, like artists, the guests who came on set, it was a different vibe with each person. So we had to go through all that. Yeah, which was quite interesting. I enjoyed my time though. It was stressing, but it was worth it.
I think that the only challenge that we were getting during the set was maybe trying to make a large crowd into one, so that we'll have everything on point. So that was one of the major challenges, but eventually everyone knew what they were doing, everyone knew where they wanted to go with the music, so it really made everything on point.
I have a positive feeling about it. The thing is, I watched a lot of TV shows and movies, and I don't think I had ever fully appreciated the work that goes into it. There's a lot of running around and lots of planning, and things don't always go according to plan.
Oh, I feel great because looking at it from the intro to the credits, I feel very proud because it's another step considering other production which were done in Zimbabwe. As a nation, it shows we are growing up. So it's a wonderful experience.
Working on set was a very interesting experience. Having so many different moving parts, from sound to lighting to the actual camera work to also organizing guests and all the musicians that came for the soundstage. It was quite a challenge to coordinate all of that, but we had a very strong team and I think we pulled through very well.
Your charms are some, my feminine is God, so I'm alive. how'd I get this far? My heart is signed to dotted line. Elsewhere out there it shall not be shared. I did a feel for you this way. I mean to say, see you in the next lifetime. Love, in the next lifetime. My love, in the next lifetime. Love, in the next lifetime. Tempted to taste what I won't touch. It's more than lust, I'll admit that much. I find your mind reminding me of ideals I wish intimately were real. Though I will tell the tales of spills chased off cheeks. I know too well that love will dwell. Souls tend to seek in the next lifetime. Love, in the next lifetime. My love, in the next lifetime. Love, in the next lifetime. My You rise, you fall, have now possessed me. 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 Yeah, in the next lifetime, my love.
Stand by for more from the crew as they talk about producing the visuals for the show.
My name is Rodo Murape. I'm a graphic artist. On TWC, I did the motion graphics, part of the intro, and some of the lower thirds and stuff like that. Yeah.
It was actually my first time. I was learning it as I went, and I have to say it was a painstaking task, but I had fun.
So in working on the visual effects, one of the creative directions that we had was to create this sort of over-the-top intro, that would sort of be very eye-catching. I think initially it was really targeted as being for just the promo, but then became just the identity for the show, and we had this idea like, would it be cool to have like a sort of semi-James Bond feeling, you're on your way to work, you're moving this car, you skid into a stop, you come into the studio, you start getting ready, and then you finally, begin the show. So, that was sort of the initial idea for that, and we were thinking like, how do we get Zororo to do stunts in a car, and one that we won't cost us an arm and a leg if something goes wrong. So we really, had to think out of the box. We approached a more visual effects and animation approach, and did a lot of work in just compositing and creating virtual environments for the entire set, creating a full 3D car, which we hadn't done as a studio yet. And that really paid off well, I think, in terms of the impression that it gave and just the visual look of it in the end. I think it made the show very unique. It put the show in its own place visually, because it really gave a strong sort of visual signature. And for us as Nafuna, we're known for animation, we're known for visual effects as well. So it was very important for us to have that element in that project as in most of our other work, and just to also push us as artists to see, you know, what new visuals we can achieve as well.
Check out these funny bloopers from the season.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite suits. I had to come in with my power bop. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Tonight with Zororo. My name is Zororo Makamba.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry. Just allow me to sip and enjoy this coffee. Let's look at what So Wicknell had to say. He's a controversial businessman that's looked up to by a lot of our young people. If you've tried to search for a company, organization, business person, we hardly, there's not a digital footprint online. Songstress. And a lot of these drugs are now making their streets. Ooh. These are questions that need to be talked about and answered for. My next guest is adult entertainer. You're the only guest that's come first song.
Zoe the entertainer.
Next guest is song. Now my next guest is the reason why so many people that make WC News hate your You know white people get money, don't spend it. Or maybe they get money, buy business. I'd rather buy 80 gold chains and go ignorant. I know Spike Lee gon' kill me, but let me finish. Blame it on the pigment. We live with no limits. I'm now lying, and yeah, then it was going so well.
Pandaisua Waindinyarata Pandaichema Ushamwari wedu Wakasimba Nyika ya Kambozamba Asijakaramba Nemusango Wakasimba Nyika ya Kambozamba Asijakaramba Andikusiye Andikusiye Sango ne sango. I just thought, oh well, another Zimbu project. Let's see how this will go. I doubt anything will come out of this. And when the first episode was thrown on Facebook, I was blown away. The picture quality, the makeup, of course, the sound, everything was just in sync. Everything was perfect. And I'm like, wow, we're breaking ground, and here we are.
The planning process was really quite eye-opening. There's a lot that goes into putting together a TV show. I felt that it was really great to have so many minds on board, especially when it came to brainstorming. A lot of time went into structuring each episode and making sure that we touch on as many topics that are relevant to Zimbabwe and Africa at large.
Well, when we were engraved in it, really busy, I never really looked at what the product would look like afterwards. But having finished and put it online, and the sheer amount of positive comments that came forward was an eye-opener. Like, wow, actually, I guess the work we put in, all those sleepless nights are paying off, because it has been well received beyond my expectations personally. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe it could just be one of those shows, but the response we got on every aspect of the show, which comes from the sound, the picture quality, even the presenters, it became quite a surprise to not.
I got to learn a lot. Like, I'll give reference again to the Bishop Oshapa's episode. I didn't know half of the stuff that was told, that was said in that episode. And then the other side of Samora, how people pronounce words differently. And then having NafunaTV do that animation. It's stuff that a general person won't know unless it's given to us. So yeah, it's very informative, I think, yeah.
I think, watching other people's reactions, like even right from when we first edited the first episode and we had a few internal screenings, just seeing everyone's response and reaction there was really, I think, a fascinating thing for me, because it let us know that we had a really good product on our hands. But I think once it started going online and started hitting the different and various social media networks, and everyone started, responding, in such a big way. Comments started flying in, our inboxes started getting packed up. The calls we got, like it was overwhelming. Like, even to date, we haven't responded to each and every one of the comments or feedback that we've received. But, it's been so overwhelming to see the show take off in this way and received in the way that it has. I think it's incredible.
Chidana nemudiwa indangariro yangu baby pae pauno ndishewedza uri kumakore baby moyo wangu unyemwererana zvichitsinira zvindaishua kuti iwe neni baby tinofanira tive. Baby
Ladies and gentlemen, 10.
I was all alone for a reason, but then you decided you butt in. With you never taking no for an answer, eyes and never let me go, little smile. Who sent you? Who sent you? Daisies in the skies. Take me to your leader. Tell her I just wanna make you mine. There you go again, there you go again, there you go again. Looking amazing. Amazing, oh. So here I go again, here I go again. Barely complaining, I'm just saying that from Monday to Tuesday, you stay on my mind. Say Wednesday to Thursday, you stay on my mind. I'm talking Friday to Saturday, on my mind. I pray to you on Sunday, you stay on my mind, my mind. I was all alone for a reason, but then you decided you butt in. With you never taking no for an answer, eyes and they never let me go, little smile. Who sent you? Who sent you? Daisies in the sky, take me to your leader and tell her I just wanna make you. Used to think that love was a disease, love is a drug, love isn't for me, love isn't a dream, love is something in a magazine, movie screen, not in reality. Cupid, shoot any other fool, please not me. Till she walked by, caught eye, couldn't relax. Hell of attracted, these are the facts, kid. And now I don't know what to do. Cause see, from Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday to Thursday, you stay on my mind. I'm talking Friday to Saturday, my mind. So I pray for you on Sunday, you stay on my mind, my mind. I was all alone for a reason, but then you decided you butt in. With you never taking no for an answer, eyes and they never let me go, little smile. Who sent you? Who sent you? Daisies in the sky. Take me to your leader and tell her I just wanna make you mine. Oh, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of loving you. I'm scared of you, I'm scared of you loving me. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of loving you. I'm scared of you, I was all alone for a reason, but then you decided you butt in. With you never taking no for an answer, eyes and that never let me go, little smile. Who sent you? Who sent you? Was it daisies in the sky? Take me to your leader. I just wanna make you mine, mine, mine. No, no, no. Mine, mine, mine.